Welcome to Thursday, October 16th, 2025, your day with a podcast brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, don't face it alone. Get an experienced local Wyoming attorney on your side. Free consultations at WyomingAdvocates.com or call 307-800-1952. You deserve an advocate. Less subtropical air, more air coming from the North Pacific is what we're going to see here going through the end of the week, the weekend into early next week. A lot of you may have been thinking, why are we getting so many thunderstorms here in the middle of October? Well, the subtropical air mass, the remnants from Priscilla and other tropical storms, the way the pattern has been, the air that we've been breathing over a large part of the West has come up from those subtropics, and that's led to a moisture-rich environment, instability, and some late-season thunderstorm activity. Thunderstorms can happen any month of the year. They have. But it is a bit unusual to go this deep into October. But a lot of that's due to the subtropical nature of the air masses. But with this Pacific low sweeping through the region today, kind of like a broom, that will sweep away some of this subtropical air, and it'll certainly be cooler and a little bit brisk with the windy conditions tomorrow. The showers and thunderstorms will be numerous today, especially in central and northern Rockies into the northern plains. Then cooler, drier air comes in briefly behind it for the day Friday, feeling very much like fall. Then we talked about this sneaky little cold front coming out of Montana through the region late Friday night and during the day Saturday, making Saturday kind of a blustery, cool day, a few rain or snow showers and some cool temperatures. Then a nice rebound for Sunday, but for Sunday night and Monday, as these systems just keep coming, a stronger cold front comes in late Sunday and into Monday. That will bring some rain and snow showers. That will bring a shot of colder air to start next week. Then, as we mentioned in yesterday's podcast, these very strong jet stream winds forming across the Pacific will get pushed in to Western North America between those dates right there. I'm showing you those dates because there's likely going to be something happen in terms of a larger, colder storm somewhere in the western half of North America during that time range. That's all I can tell you in terms of detail, but that's kind of the time range to watch out for something bigger coming on through. So showing you a lot of photos that you would think were right out of July or August with these showers and thunderstorms that popped up, some strong yesterday, even over into Pinedale. Some lightning activity with a thunderstorm popping up there. Again, subtropical air from lower latitudes getting pushed into the higher latitudes. That's what's generating this late season surge of thunderstorm activity. This surge of subtropical air responsible for all the heavy rains this past weekend and even into the early parts of next week. This doesn't happen very often. And the benefit has been, while there has been flooding, tremendous amount of rain in areas that have been hit by drought hardest west of the Continental Divide. Some great rays before the thunderstorms developing yesterday. And again, clouds building up yesterday afternoon, not a scene that you would normally see in the middle of October. You'd look at that picture, you'd say, oh, that's just a July afternoon on the high plains. So is that one. And so is that one. And so is that one. A great shot of Comet Lemon. I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow. Jan able to sneak in a shot before the clouds rolled in yesterday morning. We'll highlight Comet Lemon and the ability to maybe see it this upcoming weekend. Trying to get a clear evening between these cold fronts, I think, is a possibility. But it's brightening, and it's always fun when you get a comet, and also one that you're going to be able to maybe see. The satellite photos this morning show you that low pressure system centered right over the Uinta Basin. The center of the low, upper low, is right there. And it is tracking a little further south, but it's going to want to curve very quickly northeastward during the course of the day today. The cold air aloft underneath this system is right here. So there is going to be some higher elevation snow today, and maybe even reaching some lower elevations as the cold air aloft goes across the higher elevations of the Central Rockies. If we were to step back and zoom out a bit, here's the break in the weather that comes tomorrow. This swirl of clouds right here, well, that's the next trough up into the Gulf of Alaska. That's going to come in very quickly right behind it. So that's what I mean about less subtropics, more North Pacific. That's what's going to be evolving here as we get into tomorrow, the weekend and into early next week. So that's where the low is going to be by noon today. By noon tomorrow, it just zips right up into south central Canada. Here's the next wave. There's your sneaky cold front right behind it for Saturday. But between now and tomorrow, the precipitation is going to be quite extensive in eastern Montana, western North Dakota, dipping south into northeastern Wyoming. Showers will be noted elsewhere. A bit of a downsloping situation here east of the Continental Divide. And there by Saturday morning, this is by 6 a.m. Saturday, that next cold front sweeps through. And it's going to be windy, chilly, just kind of a blustery autumn day, especially in this part of the world right here as that front comes through. And there will be nothing heavy, but some rain and snow showers. Then this is the next one, queued up again. That one is right on the heels of this one, and that's going to come in as we get into Sunday and Monday. There's the cold front by noon Saturday, pushing down into the plain state, so that's going to bring in a shot of colder air for Saturday. But by Sunday, you're going to see a quick rebound. Sunday will squeeze in a decent day. But by Monday morning, here's the next cold front. Notice it's a bit further south, it's a bit stronger, but it's a quick mover. So again, it'll be the higher elevations that have the best chance of moisture, but rain and snow showers will be hitting the plains, and some freezing temperatures are certainly going to be a possibility in some areas Monday morning and maybe Tuesday morning behind the front. So we're talking more about the weather up here than down here now. We still have this upper level low out in the Pacific, but that's just going to kind of spin on its heels. Once we get past, let's say, the Monday, Tuesday timeframe of next week, I think we'll hit midweek with not too much going on. You can see the precipitation with the Sunday night, Monday system right here. Again, nothing heavy, but it will spread some rain and snow across the northern Rockies as it goes through Sunday night through the day on Monday. Not much going on down here now. When we take a look at snow, yeah, there'll be a little bit of snow Sunday night and Monday as that system races through. Long term, now we're going out to next weekend. So mid to late next week, I think we're just kind of going to go in a zonal west to east flow. But as we showed you yesterday, this very strong gradient, the black pressure lines are very close together right here. Big contrast between cold air in Alaska, warmer air out in the Pacific, causing that pressure gradient. Then look at these jet stream winds. Woo! This area right here, we call this a jet stream maximum. This is the 26th. So once this jet stream maximum enters the Pacific coast, it will try to form a low pressure system eventually somewhere in this neighborhood here. And it may end up being a big weather maker for California and parts of the Pacific Northwest. We're sticking our neck out, but we're going to highlight that next period of time when the weather gets a little bit more colder, a little bit more stormy. And again, we're going to be more North Pacific than subtropical here on